bitten by a radioactive spider, high school student Peter Parker gained the speed, strength and powers of a spider. Adopting the name Spider-Man, Peter hoped to start a career using his new abilities. Taught that with great power comes great responsibility, Spidey has vowed to use his powers to always protect the innocent from harm. Peter Parker became the amazing Spider-Man.
Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.
Welcome to ComicVersus Series. In today's superhero origin episode we will explore none other than the amazing Spider-Man. Whether you're new to Spider-Man and interested to learn more about his history, or you're a hardcore Spider fan looking to laugh at his tangled web of continuity, you can watch on to smile spectacularly. Peter Benjamin Parker was born to CIA agents Richard and Mary Parker, who were killed when Peter was very young. After the death of his parents, Peter was raised by his Uncle Ben and Aunt May in a modest house in Forest Hills, New York. While still in high school, Peter attended a science exhibition about radiology where he was bitten by a radioactive spider, granting him the proportionate strength and agility of a spider as well as a spider sense that warns him of nearby danger. Peter Parker originally decided to use his powers to make money, but after Uncle Ben's death he decided to use his powers for good. In many ways, this makes Spider-Man less of the Boy Scout character people think. The fact that he used his powers to have fun in the first place is something people can relate to. Initially, Peter Parker is shy and timid, but the Spider-Man alter ego was a form of liberation and heroism, and he used it to gain confidence. However, he found the moral urge later, though some of his confidence and liberation remains, making him a sarcastic wise guy. Eventually he became a hero after a confrontation with a communist spy called the Chameleon who could disguise himself as anyone. Spider-Man then had his first confrontation with his most dangerous villain yet, the tentacled madman known as Dr. Octopus. He faced many foes including the Rhino, Shocker, Electro, Sandman, Venom, Carnage, the Scorpion. And in many an occasion he fought his arch-nemesis Green Goblin. At one point, Peter felt that he was unable to carry the burden of being Spider-Man any longer and considered retiring from superheroics. When the kingpin of crime made his move to take over the city, Peter knew that it was still his responsibility to protect the innocent, and so he defeated this crime lord and returned to crime fighting. Spider-Man possesses the proportionate powers of a spider, the radioactive, complex mutagenic enzymes in the spider's blood that were transferred at the time of the bite triggered numerous body-wide mutagenic changes within Parker, granting him superhuman strength, speed, toughened flesh, and numerous arachnid-like abilities. Like many superhuman powers, the effectiveness of Spider-Man's abilities varies based on the author and the needs of the story. Spider-Man has many abilities, but the most amazing of all is his uncanny spider sense. It is a tingling sensation on the back of his skull that acts as a sixth sense, and it manifests when he is around or targeted by incoming dangers. He has the proportionate strength of a spider, thus allowing him to press 10 tons without effort and much more when under stress. His attacks are so strong, they could kill a normal person. Spidey has to pull his punches or kicks when not fighting foes with similar or higher strength levels to avoid fatalities. His strength also extends to his feet, allowing him to leap great lengths and attain heights of much greater 3 stories with one powerful jump. Spidey's strength has made him capable of going toe-to-toe with opponents including Dr. Octopus, Venom, and Rhino. He has even held his own against powerful heroes such as Iron Man and the Hulk. Peter has the uncanny speed, agility and reflexes of a spider. He can move at a speed that surpasses that of the finest human athletes. This is particularly evident over short distances. He has frequently speed blitzed many foes, including those with enhanced speed and reflexes, moving so fast that he leaves blurring after images. He has been described as moving with the speed of machine gun fire, moving faster than the eye can follow, and moved so fast that Daredevil, who has enhanced reflexes and senses, could barely sense him, and was unable to react to a punch he knew Spider-Man was going to land. Spidey also has incredible durability to blunt trauma, as his body is much tougher than that of a normal person. He can withstand such levels of damage and punishment that would kill non-superpowered individuals. For example, he has frequently taken blows from characters with high levels of superhuman strength without sustaining significant injury. He took punches from the Hulk, Venom, Rhino, Green Goblin and many other powerful characters. He has also survived the force of having a building collapse on him multiple times. However, Spider-Man's durability isn't nearly as formidable against penetrative forces. He can be hurt by knives and bullets much in the same way that normal humans can, and has been rendered unconscious by a tracking bullet which pierced his shoulder. Normal bullets also tend to cause Spider-Man problems as well. Spider-Man uses web shooters, which are twin devices worn on his wrists which can shoot thin strands of a special web fluid at high pressure. He can crawl through virtually any surface. Peter has a limited healing factor. While not on Wolverine's level, it is sufficiently powerful enough to recover from severe injuries from broken bones and large amounts of tissue damage in a matter of days. On top of his spider-given powers, Peter is of genius-level intelligence. It has even been stated that Peter scored as high on some of the same testing scores as Reed Richards did when he was Peter's age. He is especially gifted in the sciences such as mechanics, biology and physics. Before Civil War began in the Marvel comic book universe, Peter Parker had finally taken his place among the Avengers. For nearly his entire superhero career, Spider-Man had worked on his own. Adverse to groups in general, Peter never found himself a team player whenever he had worked together with other heroes. Many years later, though, Spider-Man finally found himself on a newer incarnation of the team, alongside other heroes such as Wolverine, Spider-Woman, and Luke Cage. During this time, Peter, along with his wife Mary Jane and Aunt May, began working directly for Tony Stark as his right-hand man. Spidey has changed his costume many times but would always return to his classic and most well-known look, which has varied sometimes. He has had many memorable costumes, including the black and white symbiote suit, the red and gold Iron Spider suit, the Identity Crisis costumes, the Scarlet Spider costume, the white and blue armored Spider suit. All of these has its unique features. Spider-Man is one of the most popular and commercially successful superheroes. As Marvel's flagship character and company mascot, he has appeared in countless forms of media, including several animated and live-action television series, syndicated newspaper comic strips, and in a series of films. So guys, what do you think? If you are a fan of Spider-Man or fan of comic book character origin, be sure to subscribe to ComicVersus Series, and comment below if you have any thought.